time ago, in a galaxy far, far away.
Feel, don't think.
Fear is my ally.
The Force will be with you.
We are encouraged to love.
Be mindful of your thoughts.
I will not betray the Republic.
Hey, your worship, I'm only trying to help.
Scruffy-looking nerf herder.
I'm not afraid.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
So this is my favorite Elon Musk video. This upload is going to be about some really big news coming out of the GINA ADDS lawsuit. When Elon hired the attorneys from DC to help her against Disney and Lucasfilm, I didn't think it would go any further than the federal court in California where they filed the lawsuit. However, somebody else showed up and added his name to the equation. And let's put it this way. Do not be surprised if this gets argued in front of the U.S. Supreme Court. I mean, there are lots of reasons for Disney to settle with her, and one of them would be to avoid that. Because the person who filed the lawsuit, who is part of the lawsuit now, is Eugene Volokh. He is a prominent legal scholar known for his defense of free speech, and he filed a motion called appear pro hac vice, meaning for this occasion or for this case in legal terms. In basic terms, it means new attorneys contributing to GINA's case. Volokh has an extensive biography, and I want to go through it a little bit. So he was born on February 29th, 1968 in Kiev, the Ukraine, when it was still part of the Soviet Union. Came to the U.S. with his family, Jewish family, at the age of 7. He was a computer prodigy, and he earned his math and computer science Bachelor of Science degree at UCLA, and then he went on to earn a Juris Doctorate from the UCLA Law School. He was the managing editor of the UCLA Law Review. He clerked for Judge Alex, Vizinski, and then he clerked for the first female justice of the Supreme Court, Sandra Day O'Connor, the U.S. Supreme Court. He went on to teach law at UCLA in 1994, where he taught First Amendment rights, constitutional law, criminal law, torts, and firearms regulation. 2024, he retired from UCLA as the Gary T. Schwartz Distinguished Professor Emeritus, joined Stanford's Hoover Institute as the Thomas M. Siebel Senior Fellow. He is also an affiliate at Sher Jaffe, GINA's lawyers. So there's already a connection there. Renowned for his constitutional law expertise, authored over 100 law reviews and cited 300 court opinions, 10 U.S. Supreme Court, thousands of scholarly things that he's written. Stanford Law Review, Freedom of Speech, one of his influential articles, Freedom of Speech and Information Privacy in 2000, and Mechanisms of the Slippery Slope, Harvard Law Review, 2003. He founded the Volokh Conspiracy, which is a leading legal blog, in 2002, and that legal blog is now hosted by the libertarian magazine Reason. Volokh has argued over 40 appellate cases since 2013, filed over 200 briefs, notably impacting cases like 303 Creative versus Alinus. He's a member of the American Law Institute and the American Heritage Dictionary Usage Panel. That's quite nerdy, by the way. His brother Alexander is professor at Emory University Law School. So that's Eugene Volokh. This is not just some dude. This guy comes with a ton of scholarly work, a ton of experience, and he taught free speech. I mean, he taught laws concerning free speech in the Constitution. So how is this going to impact GINA? Well, GINA's got another heavy hitter. And when I look at what Volokh has done as compared to somebody like Dan Petrocelli, who's the Disney lawyer in this case, there's no contest. Volokh didn't wake up after he got his law degree and his license from the bar and hang a shingle. He went and taught law school. Okay, he's a serious man. And the places he's gone to, like the Hoover Institute at Stanford, that's a, quote, conservative institute there. So when you look at it, you got to think, this guy, who is he really? He's a libertarian. He's a constitutional lawyer, so he believes in the laws of the United States and the Republic, free speech, firearms ownership, etc. He's also an immigrant from the former Soviet Union. And that's a big deal. People that came from there understand what individual liberty is. And that's what Volokh taught in school and argued in the cases he was part of. And he's an affiliate lawyer with GINA's law firm, Cher Jaffe, right? So this was something that was going to happen. When he filed that letter, that brief stating, I can't even remember what it's called, but I'm part of this case now, we'll say, I am not shocked. I don't think Disney has anybody that works for them that could keep up with him because they didn't do all the scholarly work that he did. And he has. I mean, he could teach these people what the Constitution says and what it doesn't say. And what I think is going to happen is they're going to bring up the double standard that Disney and Lucasfilm held up, comparing GINA's cancellation with Pedro Pascal's, alligator-type mouth attached to the brain of a hummingbird. But let's talk more.
Excuse me, I believe I asked you to put a chick in this and make her gay.
I thought one just drew a pentagram on the floor and chanted, "I summon thee," 3 times.
Is the glue to all 5 of these films that gave us all of our rhythm and all of our melody, the great maestro, John Williams.
So we're talking double standard, and it is a free speech case. And Eugene Volokh is the perfect guy to add his weight to GINA's argument. Talked about Pedro Pascal yesterday. Talked about how actors like him damage the productions they're in because they drive the fans away. Firing Gina Carano and allowing Pascal to do much worse, is absolutely outrageous, I think. And again, I'm going to say this, like I said yesterday, to my subscribers who are not from the United States. The American people don't like unfair practices. We get really upset. What happened to Gina Carano was wrong. She never should. I mean, and when you start looking at the things that she talked about, it was all this petty teenage bullshit. And it started with Kathleen Kennedy. I mean, the woman is now, 71 years old? And she decided to go from being the professional filmmaker to a 15-year-old mean girl. And she said, as Cameron Pasha likes to call them, the flying monkeys loose. Flying monkeys being Pablo Hidalgo, his wife, Matt Martin, etc. And, they went from attacking Gina to setting up a GoFundMe account, and I'm convinced that Leslie Headland was the one that did that, and then it was used to attack Gina. This behavior is unbelievable, okay, because she didn't go along with the narrative. They acted like programmed zombies. And like I said, high school, mean girls in high school, picking on her constantly, from trying to bully her in a 40-person to 1 struggle session, which she demurred from, to changing her makeup girl from a really good one to someone who is a moron. That's Kathleen Kennedy there, by the way. That is her. And the fact of the matter that Bob Iger is taking the advice of his lawyer seriously enough to let this go on is ridiculous to me. Because it's basically looking like Disney is defending this unprofessional bullshit on the part of Kathleen Kennedy and the people that worked for Kennedy, like Headland and Hidalgo, and the rest of them. And when I say that what they did to Gina was the last straw, it was. And they have to make amends and bring her back in. That will, I think, shore up a lot of the damage that Kennedy has done to the brand. And not just to Star Wars, but to the entire Lucasfilm brand, right? The fact that Dan Petrocelli thinks he can beat Cher Jaffe, and now their affiliate lawyer, the scholarly, experienced Eugene Volokh, is just, to me, unbelievably stupid on Petrocelli's part. It's arrogant, it's hubris-filled, and this is like bringing the Man with No Name or John Wayne into a situation where you've already got the firepower to take the bad guy down. Now they're bringing in the heavy hitters. Now they're bringing in Han Solo, okay? They're not kidding anymore, all right? So this is a story I missed. I'm sorry. This is a big story, in my opinion, and I want you guys to hear it from me. I think this is a good addition to the legal team, and it was going to happen because he's an affiliate lawyer with Gina's law firm. And, Elon Musk wasn't kidding. So you guys have a good afternoon, and this is Steph. I will see you around the galaxy.